Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August, early September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libra collective out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's up. My guides, talk to me. What's going on with the Libras? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what we got for Libra, please. And thank you, my guides. What's up with my friends? Nice and quick, please. Okay, yeah, the deck is being specific now. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so there is something in regards to time showing up. You might be waiting on something when this lady shows up here. It could be so many different things with this card. It's one of the more in-depth or deeper, I don't want to say topics, but energies to take a look at with this card. And there's a lot of depth to it. Before we really dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. So we see this lady here. She is wearing that hood, holding that hourglass. The sand is slipping through her hands. So very simple picture, but it can mean so many different things. First and foremost, some Libras out there, you might be waiting on something specific, results of something. You might be waiting on something to happen. You might be waiting to hear news on something. But the general consensus with this card, when I see it and feel it, is that time could be playing a big factor in whatever it is you're going through. Maybe some of you have gone through something tough recently and you're like that Cher song, if I could turn back time a little bit. For some of you, like, time could be moving very fast for you. Like, I know they say the older you get, the quicker time moves. But then again, there's also some days where time feels like it's moving at a creep crawl. So whatever it is you're going through, the important things or even the mundane things, the construct of time, the concept of time could be affecting it in one way or another. Whether you are waiting or whether you feel like time is slipping through your fingers or whether you want to turn it back or turn it forward. That's why it's so deep. I always say that the concept of time, everyone experiences time differently. Even though we have clocks and ways to measure it, the way we experience time is very in-depth. But let's just put her over there. I'm not going to keep pontificating about that. Let's get into tarot and get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. So let's shuffle it up one time. And while we do, talk about last week's reading, because it was very interesting. And last week's reading was titled A Big Problem. Now, in the reading itself, I will say this: the center, there seemed to be a big roadblock. There seemed to be a big issue and problem in the center of the reading. However, at the end of the reading and at the beginning of the reading, there was a lot of positivity to be had. So for a lot of Libras in recent days, recent weeks, like, there might have been a lot of ups and downs, where one day was really good, felt good. The next day, like, a lot of rough things that you need to overcome and hurdle. So we're going to see what energy we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards. What do we got for Libra, please, my guides? What do we got for Libra, late August, early September? Hey, we got your cards showing up here. I always like that. We got Lady Justice in position number 1. Interesting. So she bears some extra importance, especially since this is obviously a Libra reading. Let's get you 2 more. We'll talk about that more as we move through. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. I've been seeing this with air signs. Communication is big in this time. Communicating, talking. Like it. Very creative type of energy. Let's get you 1 more. Lots of interesting stuff here for you, my friends. Okay, yeah, so you're going to have a bonus this week as well. We got the 5 of Wands on the back end, which could be a little battle. But we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting stuff. So let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. Very interesting. At first look, first glance, when I look down at this box, we have an interesting mixture. We kind of have every element out here. We have air, we have water, we have fire, we have earth. So everything is represented here. So we could be looking at different areas of life, different situations, different things. Like I said, there could be a lot of ups and downs. But let's go through one by one. especially since there's 2 core cards. But let's go through one by one, then we'll get into the juicy stuff. In position number 1, Lady Justice, like I said. Now, as a lot of you know, if you watch tarot, that is the card that represents Libra, so she is extra important in this reading this week. Lady Justice, what are some of the classical things aside from her representing Libra? She is a card of decision-making. She's a card of choices. Often she shows up when legal situations are at play, contracts, anything like that. Decision-making and choices. She's also a card of equality and fairness. Okay, so generally when I see her, it's a nice balanced type of energy, but she swings that sword of justice when necessary. Now, this is my biggest card of karma. Karmic situation, karmic retribution, karmic rewards, you name it, Lady Justice has her hand in it. Now, aside from that, in my simplistic style of reading, since it is a Libra reading, it could just represent something that's coming towards you when we clarify it, or a way you might be feeling. So we'll get into that. Like I said, she could be a pillar of this week's reading, but usually a nice, fair, balanced type of energy. We love Lady Justice around here. Now, position number 2, we have the Page of Cups. That could represent a water sign. So think Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could represent a child. It could represent youth. When all pages show up, they're all students, they're all messengers. So you might be thirsting or yearning to learn something new or start something new when this page shows up. It's a card, as with all of them, that are talk-based, but this one is more about just spilling one's emotions. The Page of Cups could represent feelings of bashfulness and shyness in the reverse. Somebody that's not talking about something that you're suppressing, some sort of feeling. But generally, when I see this Page of Cups, it's people sharing their feelings in some way. So there could be some important talks, conversations. It'll be really important when we clarify it to see what this page could mean. It's also loving, and it's artistic, and it's creative. It's a good card. Now, moving to the back end, this is where we might have a situation to attend to, my friends, because we have the 5 of Wands. Now, you don't have to be an expert in tarot to really get the gist of this card, right? You see the 5 people there, they're beating the living crap out of each other with sticks. So, of course, this could represent conflict. It could represent problems, situations, roadblocks, you name it. Like, that's what this card could be. Now, in the positive, like as with all cards, there's positives and challenges. Sometimes this could be people roughhousing and playing, joking around. So if that's the case, make sure nobody accidentally gets hurt when like joking or playing around. But this card to me can also represent determination, somebody that could get through the trials, tribulations, situations, issues, you name it. So we're going to really want to see what's up with this as we keep moving. Now, on the back end, as your bonus, we have an interesting card that kind of settles the energy down. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This could represent an earth sign. So like I said, we have every element represented here in the spread, especially your card. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving, slow as molasses. I do always say that Knights represent forward movement, forward momentum. This one's moving at a snail's pace. So you might be a little frustrated with how something's moving. Maybe something's sticking around or something within you, like it's hard to move on from it or move through it. It's just like slow and steady, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. The good thing with this Knight of Pentacles is that it is detail-oriented, and it's also a card of communication. So remember I said somebody could be waiting. You might be waiting to hear back on something. That Knight could easily represent that. But yeah, we got a lot of interesting stuff to take a look at here, Libra. I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, we're going to get one more good shuffle here. See what's going on for you, my friends. What do we got for Libra, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Lady Justice. And yes, my friends, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you drop it in the comments. All right, let's see what's up. Why is Lady Justice here? You. Beautiful. All right, my friends, something really good could be coming your way. We have the Empress in the upright underneath Lady Justice. Wow. Wow. My friends, this could, I was getting a similar thing. This could be some sort of big blessing. A lot of you should claim this energy for sure. This is another card that could represent you because it's about that Venus energy. So we have double cards. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything else. This card, both of these cards could represent you. Now, when we get the Empress, She could represent influxes of money, because she could represent blessings of various different kinds. So if you've been going through rough times in between times, you could look forward to some good positivity coming. Now, we do still have, I'm going to just keep it honest with you, we still have a conversation or a talk to be had. We still have a possible roadblock in the end. However, with this to me feels like I should be telling the Libras, like, you are blessed, you are divinely protected in this time. So regardless of what you're going through, trust in the divine plan and know that you're divinely blessed and protected. Claim these energies for sure, because this is the goddess. Now, for some of you, the Empress could represent you needing some time in nature to clear your energy, clear your thoughts. But to me, she is all good things. Now, she is also very sturdy and stable. So if you've been going through a lot of things, or if recent times or recent years have been rough for you, this does represent a period of stability and growth and abundance. We love it. Let's keep pressing forward. Once again, it could be various wins, victories, and triumphs. So let's see what's up with the Page of Cups. I just don't want to go too far in on that just yet, especially when we have a conflict card on the back end. But your readings have been like that in recent weeks, where it's like a mixed bag. We have a little bit of each. But let's see what's going on with that Page of Cups. Thank you. Okay, this feels very soothing in the center. We have the Six of Swords underneath this Page of Cups. This could be an individual or a conversation that really soothes you in some sort of way, whether it is an emotional talk or an important talk where you get something off your chest. This does bring a little bit of clarity, but it also is soothing. That's the best descriptor I could use here. Okay, now I might not title the reading now like a soothing talk or conversation. It could be a very important one that feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders when you have it. So for a lot of Libras, just know there could be certain communications either coming your way or that you're initiating with others, that after you have this talk or this communication, this important one, it could be very healing, very soothing for you when we get the Six of Swords in the upright. This is a card of coming out of the choppy waters into the cool, calm, clear, collected waters for a very, I don't want to say very small portion of you. This could be someone approaching you in a very soft manner. There could be certain individuals that are wanting to apologize to you or mend a bridge. So keep that in mind as well, even though this is a very soothing type of energy, or it could be an important talk for a portion of you. This could be someone wanting to apologize as well. So let's see what's up with that Five of Swords, or the Five of Wands. I mean, there would have to be a reason for an apology, so let's see why that Five of Wands is there. Interesting stuff. Let's go in on that, my God, Spirit Team. So we are having a little bit of everything here, my friends, but why is that 5 there? Thank you. Page of Swords in reverse. There's somebody letting something rip here. We have the Page of Swords. That's another card that could be representing you or another air sign. Lots of page energy here, a lot of conversation. Okay, beware of certain individuals that might be a little antagonistic. So whereas we have this one energy here where it's somebody soothing something, making it feel better, apologizing, this one on the other side feels very antagonistic to me. It could represent a conflict, headbutting, where somebody is either annoyed, angry, or mad, and they want to take it out on others. So just beware in this time that there might be antagonistic people where we have good conversations, good talks, but we also have like ones where it's like, no, we're going to do this, we're going to throw down, and you might be dragged into all of it. Like, who knows? But with this Page of Swords, generally, once again, student, messenger, it's the watcher of the tarot deck, usually very reserved, defensive. When I get it in reverse, it's like, no, let's go, let's do this, and underneath this Five of Wands. So beware of conflict in this time, beware of antagonistic people. For a portion of you, yeah, it could be a flip of the coin. If you do have an important or serious talk in this time, it could be very soothing, very good. Or if the person's being antagonistic, you already know. Take a step back from that conversation, because Spirit could be giving you a heads up here. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. Interesting stuff, a lot of communication here, which I've been seeing in air signs this week. But in position number 1, we have the beautiful Lady Justice and the beautiful Goddess Empress all together, both cards that could represent you and your Venus energy, my friends. Lovely. A lot of you could have a lot of blessings coming into your life. A lot of you might need to know that you are divinely protected and guided, even if you're going through a tough time. Just trust the plan. Moving forward, aside from these blessings, possible wins and victories, we have important talks happening on the back end. We have the Page of Cups with the Six of Swords in the upright. Felt very soothing. So whether this is somebody or a talk, an important talk you have where once you have it, once you let that emotion out, you feel much better, or someone that reassures you and makes you feel better, that could absolutely be it. Could also be someone trying to apologize or mend a bridge. On the back end, we have the Five of Wands with the Page of Swords in reverse. Watch out for antagonistic individuals. I feel like you might run into both, or one person, Spirit doesn't know if they're going to fall this way or that way. So choose your actions, not wisely, but in regards to how they're approaching. So please take a screenshot of that. Interesting stuff. We're going to get you a shadow card. A little warning here about conflict on the back end. It's all good though. Mixed bag, right? Let's see what's in the shadows for Libra. Guides, talk to me. And you know, I always like to get this last shadow card in real quick, just one, so we could take a peek, whether it's a shadow within us, whether it's something we don't quite see. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So let's see what's in the shadows for Libra. Thank you. Okay, Nine of Wands, a little protective. Be a little skeptical in this time about who you let in, who like you trust with certain information. Okay, I feel like Spirit needs to say that. Maybe that's something that's bit you in the past. When we have the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. This card, the Nine of Wands, represents somebody who has been through a lot. This is somebody who's been through a lot of ups and downs. They've been through a lot of mess and they don't want to go through it again. Sometimes this could be feelings of being territorial. So when this card shows up, you might be feeling extra protective, extra territorial over someone or something, which isn't always a bad thing. However, Spirit is just telling you in this time, especially in regards to new people coming in, not to, I won't say be skeptical, but just keep an eye on who you let in and how much you trust at first. Okay, like don't just wear your heart on your sleeve in this time. I feel like Spirit's really saying that. If not, that is Spirit really recognizing all the things that you've been through and the trials and tribulations that you've overcome. Okay, and with that, with trials and tribulations comes wisdom. Okay, so this is not a bad shadow card here. Just be a little skeptical of certain individuals. That's the one thing I'll say. So Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, in August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.